Hey, I'm Tina Zimmerman of Mainstream Training, and yesterday I started this little guy on his first training session. He's a 4-month-old Belgian Malinois. And I actually remembered to record it, which I never think to do, but I did, so I'm sharing it with you. And it's not at all fancy, but it's free, so that's a good thing. He came in, obviously very friendly. Go, trying to do things. He came in already knowing how to sit, so I wish I could have taught that in the video, but I was trying to just keep it real. He already knew how to sit, so I didn't want to fake you out with that. But anyway, this video teaches the down, the recall, engagement, and has some good potty training tips. Ow! Bonk. The first thing I'm going to work with him is just getting his attention. I want to start every command with his name. So when I say his name, I want him to look at me. So that's the first thing I'm going to do, is just kind of let him wander off. Nova. Yes, good. Nova. Yes, good. Now he knows his name pretty good, so he's looking me in the eyes. But if your puppy is not looking you in the eyes, put the treat right here. Nova. Good, yes. Yes. Nova. Yes. Okay? Yes, he's looking at the hot dog, but he's learning when he hears his name to look at my face. And if he's not looking at you, he's not listening to you. Now, this lesson is going to be 5 minutes tops because he's 4 months old. Dogs only learn about 30 seconds of stuff at a time, so we're going to make this really easy. We're going to take lots of breaks. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is teach him to look at us. Nova. Yes. Good. Every time he does what I want, I'm going to mark that behavior by saying yes or good, because I can't get the treat on his tongue the second his butt touches the floor, the second he makes eye contact. But I can mark it with a word. Some people use a clicker. I choose a verbal marker at this stage. So that's our first thing. Nova. Yes. Now I've got his attention. Okay. So I'm going to let him move a little bit. I don't boss him around too much yet. Nova. Yes. Good. Good. Now, the next time I'm going to have 2 treats ready, because at this phase I'm paying for every step of it. Nova. Yes. Sit. Yes. Good job, Nova. Good. Sit. Good. Sit. Nova. Sit. Yes. Yes. Very good, Nova. Very good. So I'm going to do one more. Now, see, this is the thing. He's figured out he's getting paid for sitting, so now he's offering that behavior. Nova. Yes. Good. Sit. Yes. Very good. Good job. Okay, so I'm going to give him a little bit of a break. Let him play while I talk to you for a minute. So what am I using for treats in this mysterious pouch? Oh, hot dog chunks. I always use meat. It's a high value reward. If we didn't feed, are you back from more school? Yeah, go play with your ball. If we didn't feed our dogs, they would have to hunt. And what they would hunt for would be animals. So meat and working goes really good together. Some dogs that are really high food drive will work for Cheerios or milk bones or whatever. Number one, I don't like to fill my dog's stomach with that kind of stuff, especially processed stuff. Don't use, I'm not going to say any brands. Don't use processed treats because you're giving them a lot when you're training, and we don't want to give them bellyache. We don't want to give them bad health problems from eating crap. Okay? Hot dogs are not really high on the food chain scale as far as quality, but they are meat, and the ones that I get have no preservatives and no artificial colors or anything. And you can see pea-size chunks, and I even break these into smaller ones. We're not trying to feed a meal. We're mostly engaging their scent. They smell that, and they're, ooh, I want that. So I always use meat. For the hot dogs, I bought a toddler food cutter because I go through a lot of hot dogs, and it actually chops these up in these little chunks, and then I put them between paper towels. I put them in the microwave, and I zap them for about a minute, squish all the grease out, zap them for another minute, squish all the grease out, until they're like beef jerky. So number one, the dog is saw that this puppy sits already, he does not know the command to lie down. So we're going to work on that. So the first thing I'm going to do, Nova, sit. Yes. Now, I've got 50% of the dog on the floor. So I'm going to take the treat from his nose to his toes. Down. Good. Down, Nova. Yes. Good job. Now, did he lay down on command? No, he followed the hot dog to the floor. That's why I'm using the hot dog, okay? Now, you notice I didn't give the command down before he laid down, because if he's standing up and I'm saying down, we're connecting the word down with standing up. So I don't say it until his belly touches the floor. I keep saying it, and then I'll little by little back up that command to where it becomes a command. Notice, sit. Yes. Good. Puppy. Down, Nova. Good. Down. Yes. Good. Down. Good boy. He's ready for another trip. You see that? Down, Nova. Good. Down. Good. Down, no. Good. Down. Oh, that was fun. That was fun. Yeah. Good boy. Good boy. Good. Now, while he's taking this break, I want to explain to you engagement, okay? Engagement is when the dog is looking to you, wanting more training. That's what we're going for. Now, I'm not going to push techniques or methods. I will tell you at this point, I absolutely do not use any aversives. An aversive is something the dog doesn't like, a punishment or a correction. I am a balance trainer. I believe in corrections. I believe dogs do things that need corrections, but I will not correct in the learning process. So what happens is, if Nova does not obey, he doesn't get the treat. And he's going to start working me to get the treat. That's what I want. That's engagement. You see him looking at me? He's on this break right now. He doesn't want to go to recess. He wants more school. So, Nova, come. Yes. Good. Good. Now, I'm going to work on putting all those things together. I'm going to start the recall. With the recall, always use a leash. Always use a leash. What I say, always use a leash. Why? Because if he doesn't come when I call him, he now has learned that he doesn't have to come when I call him. When I call him, he has to come. This could save his life. So I've got the leash. When I call him, I'm going to back up because they like to chase moving things, and I'm going to use my party voice. Nova, come. Yeah, good, good. Let him wander off a little bit. Nova, come. Yes. Now, what would happen if he didn't come if I didn't have a leash on? I wind up repeating, I get angry, I chase him, I yell. It's not a good thing. Use the leash. Then they just from day one figure out the faster I get there, the faster I get a treat. It's not about do I come, do I go, do I run away, will she chase me? There's no options. He has no options. If your puppy does not come, use the leash and bring them to you. I've had Great Danes fall over and act like a rodeo goat that was dying because they're dragging against the leash. Doesn't matter. You pull them in, give them a treat. There's no yelling, there's no repeating. They figure out the faster they get there, the sooner they get the treat. This is my dog's favorite command. They can be a mile away. I say come, they're here. Okay? So, now we're going to put the recall, the sit, and the down, okay? So we'll let him kind of wander off. It's hard to get rid of Malinois. They want to work 24/7. obey something once. The sooner you obey, the sooner you get rewarded. If you do not obey, there will be a consequence. There will not be a second command. There will not be an argument. I will not negotiate. When I say a command, do it. You get rewarded really fast. Now, as I said, in the learning process like this, if he doesn't obey, I wait, okay? I don't give the treat. I don't try to talk him into obey. I wait. The longer he takes to obey, the longer it takes to get paid. And so the consequence is simply, you're not getting paid until you obey. It also teaches them to listen sharply. Down the road, as the dog is more advanced, now he has an option, reward correction. And the correction for me is always leash pressure. It's the only thing I use. It may be leash pressure on a prong collar, or it may be leash pressure on a flat collar, a slip lead, a martingale. I don't care. If it works, I'll use it. I don't care. But the rule has never changed from day one. If you obey, reward. If you do not obey, consequence. Now, what happens if they balk and throw a lot of stuff in here? Now, one time I kind of messed up. When I had him lie down, his belly wasn't on the ground and I rewarded him. So what I rewarded was a cheating laying down, okay? Gotta be careful you get complete obedience. I get all the time a dog will sit, but he'll sit with one paw up or he's crouched. If you reward that, that's what you're training, okay? Did you hear me say sit? Did you? Are you back for more? Okay, good puppy. Okay. All right, I'm going to put him through his paces about one more time, and then he's going to be done, but I'm going to talk to you some more about potty training and other stuff like that. So, okay, I'm going to pick up my leash because I'm going to do the recall. Pretty sure he's going to come, but what if he doesn't? What if another dog, I've got 5 other Malinois on the other side of this wall, what if they start barking and he decides to go check that out? I don't ever want there to be one time when I give a command that he gets by with not obeying. So I've got my leash, even though I'm 100% positive he's coming. Now what I do is as we graduate, I'll take this and start working maybe out in the yard or in a pet supply store, somewhere where now there are some distractions that he may be challenged, and I'll do the same thing. As it gets better and better, I'll use a longer and longer line. I'll get them up to a 30-foot line, let them go out. We have 5 acres of property, let them play, and just go over and stand on the end of the line and call my dog, have my treat ready. That way, if they don't come, I pick up the line and I pull them in. I'm never going to give them an opportunity to disobey, because when they disobey, they fail. When they fail, they get a correction. When they get a correction, now this is not a fun command. And this is what happens with all our dogs. We say, Jojo, come. Jojo does not come. Jojo, come. Come. Come here. Come. Now we're chasing and cussing. And now we've connected. Mother gets really angry when she says, Jojo, come, right? Just eliminate that whole thing and don't allow Jojo to ever run away. Always use a leash. I tell people that are having problems with the recall, if you for 1 week will be 100% consistent, leash treat, leash treat. Don't ever say the dog's name and come, leash treat. If you don't have them, don't say it. Now what I'll do is if I need them to go outside or I need them to come and I don't have leash on, I don't use the command. I will make a noise or tap on the wall, cheese wrapper, whatever. But I do not want them to have the option to fail, because fail makes things not fun, right? I do believe in positive reinforcement, 100% if the dog is giving me positive behaviors. So I want to be able to reward as much as possible. But if the dog is not obeying, I have no choice but to give a correction. Well, if I've set them up to fail, I'm the one who should give the correction. Use your leash, dang it. Okay. Nova, come! Yes, good boy. Nova, sit. Yes, good. Now, he jumped a little bit there, so I'm not going to reward him until he's sitting all haunches and legs on the floor. Down. Good, down. Yes, good, down. Yay, Nova! Yay, Nova, good boy. Good boy. Yeah, good boy. See, he's not super ball driven, which is kind of funny for a mount. I want to show you just a little hint here. This is my rolly chair. If you're working with a really short dog or puppy on this stuff, a rolly chair or even a 5-gallon bucket is really good. because you can get down here. Nova. Yes. Good. Nova, come. Good. If you're 52 like me or older and your back hurts from bending over with shorties all the time, a chair like this or a bucket, I use the spin cycle to get the eye contact all the time. Nova. Yeah. Nova. Yeah, good boy. You see him following my eyes? He's trying to get around where I am. And like I said, you can do that with a 5-gallon bucket too. Nice job, buddy. Nice job. Yeah, good boy. All right, I'm going to let a couple other of the goons in here, and then we'll talk about potty training. Okay, so I've let some other dogs in here. It may get crazy. These dogs are adults. This one is 4. This one is 3. That one is almost 10. Navar, get down, please. Mooey, go more. Yeah. Mooey is 7. These are my best trainers in the whole place. He is kind of dominant, and he will test the older dogs. And so you may hear a little growly session. He's kind of disrespectful because he's not been around other dogs. As long as your dogs aren't being dangerous, let them train your puppy. They're real good about growling if the puppy jumps on their face or bites an ear or something. And they will give a correction, which is why I feel that corrections are very, very natural. Navar, leave the camera alone. Navar, I see. Good. Nova, good. Good. So let's just talk about potty training.
So the biggest mistake I think people make with potty training is leaving water down and giving too much water. What you put in is going to come out. And so if you allow the dog to drink 2 cups of water and his bladder can only hold a half a cup of water, that means the stomach can refill the bladder, I don't do math, 4 times? Yeah, 2 cups of water would be 4 half cups of water. So if little Nova's bladder is the size of his paw, which it is. His little paws are so cute. I love baby feet. Oh, baby feet. Look, Nova, they're peoples. Yeah. Anyway, it's going to keep refilling, and the problem people have is that they let the dog drink 2 cups of water. They take him outside. He empties a cup of water out of his bladder, and they think he's gone potty. He's done. No, he's still got a cup and a half in the stomach that is going to continually refill the bladder. Now, if Nova is 32 pounds-ish, he needs 32 ounces of water a day. This is a 20-ounce bottle of water, okay? So about 1.5 of these a day is his total daily requirement. And so many times we just keep refilling the bowl and refilling the bowl and refilling the bowl. So water in, water out. Leaving a water source down is not natural, okay? If Nova and these yahoos were a pack of wild dogs, they wouldn't go camp out next to a lake or a river. They would visit it, they would drink, they would go hunt, they would play, they would sleep, they would come back and get another drink. They don't need a water source 24 hours a day. Now, with our adult dogs, hey, let's not do that on camera, okay? With our adult dogs, we leave a 5-gallon bucket down because they're adults, right? And they can hold it. But with a puppy, when he's here, we put water down, everybody drinks, we put it away. We put water down, everybody drinks, we put it away. That way we can monitor how much is coming in and how much is going out. Same thing with your feeding. Most dogs eat and then poop within an hour to 2 after they eat. If you leave food down, you don't know the schedule, okay? So we feed at 5 and 5. Some of these guys immediately have to poop. Others, Navar's a 10:30 pooper. He just waits longer, but I know that. And if you get your dog's feeding schedule in a routine, then the pooping schedule will also be in a routine, okay? All right, thank you for watching. I hope this was educational. Maybe I'll do some more. To me, I see a lot of people make a lot of mistakes with puppies because they think, that's what puppies do. You know, you have accidents, they bite, they chew up stuff. What you allow a puppy to do is what you'll have an adult dog doing. And so if you get nothing out of this, make sure you begin to establish a rule that what I want you to do, I'm going to reward. What I don't want you to do, I'm going to give a consequence for. And then you have to play with the dog's temperament and what works for you as far as reward and consequence. and be consistent. You know, we laugh at dogs because it's cute because they run off with our bathrobe, and then when they're 9 months old and they're kind of ugly because they get that gangly stage and they steal our bathrobe, we get angry, we get mad, dog's destroying everything, we haven't crate trained them, and we take the dog to the shelter or worse because you haven't done your homework as a puppy. Honestly, a little guy like this, and you know Malinois are not an easy breed. He's been here less than 48 hours and he's already really getting in a routine. We've not had one potty accident. He hasn't destroyed anything, but it's because I'm on top of my game. And that's really what it takes. It's not fair to a puppy to sit back and be lazy and then get mad at them because they've had no schooling when they're an adult. Yeah? Okay. All right. Thanks, guys.